In this video, we will demonstrate how to properly assemble the consumable stack-up for the MAXPRO200 Flush Cut consumables and demonstrate proper cutting techniques. Refer to the quick start guide for consumable part numbers and detailed installation instructions. Before installing consumables, be sure to disconnect power to the MAXPRO200 power supply. Prior to assembly, apply a very light, even coating of silicone lubricant to the O-rings, rubbing the lubricant between your fingers first. Avoid over-lubricating, as excess lubricant can clog ports, introduce metal dust contamination, and lead to uncontrolled arcing and possible torch failure. Insert the water tube into the torch and push down until fully seated. Seat the electrode by rotating it until finger tight. Next, tighten the electrode with the consumable tool until hand tight. Insert the swirl ring into the nozzle by gently pushing it until it is fully seated. Note the orientation of the swirl ring. Push the nozzle and swirl ring assembly into the torch body over the electrode, making sure it is fully seated against the torch body. Rotate the nozzle so the flat is oriented opposite the workpiece drag surface. This can be adjusted later. You will notice that the through bores of the nozzle and shield are not centered and are in fact bending the plasma arc. Locating flats on the nozzle and shield will keep them aligned. Thread on the nozzle retaining cap. As you tighten the cap, ensure desired nozzle orientation is maintained. Failure to tighten the retaining cap adequately will result in O-rings not being seated and leaking coolant. Install the shield, aligning the insulator ring flat to the nozzle flat. You will notice the unique, large, angled flat on the outside of the shield. This is what you will drag along the base material to ensure you are cutting close to the base material without damaging it. Lastly, thread on the retaining ring until hand tight. Note: to change the consumable orientation, first loosen both the retaining ring and nozzle retaining cap, 1/4 turn each, then twist the shield to the desired position. Retighten the nozzle retaining cap, then retaining ring. Recommended hand cutting technique. Avoid damaging the shield with molten metal by edge starting. Hold the torch approximately 6 mm, 1/4 inch, from the workpiece to transfer the arc. Note: starting the cut close to the workpiece is necessary to transfer the arc. Once the arc is established, the torch can be moved away from the workpiece to approximately 12 mm, 1/2 inch, for the remainder of the cut. After the arc is established, drag the shield and retaining ring on the base material while cutting through the workpiece. Maintain contact points with the base material to ensure no damage to the base material. Observe the arc through proper protective equipment while cutting to ensure the proper angle and speed are achieved. The arc will penetrate straight through the workpiece when you are moving at the appropriate speed for a given workpiece thickness. If the arc is bending in the opposite direction of motion, you are moving too quickly. When cutting at the appropriate speed and maintaining contact of the shield to the workpiece, a quality cut will be accomplished with no damage to the base material. If it's observed that the remnant is closer than desired to the base material, it is likely time to replace the worn nozzle and/or shield. If the remnant is higher than desired, a washing technique can be leveraged to minimize secondary operations such as grinding. Following these assembly and cutting guidelines will help to ensure consistent cut quality, longer consumable life, and safe cutting with the MAXPRO200 Flush Cut consumables.